Why are there not more people talking about this? What if one quiet arrival in Switzerland could reshape 30 years of diplomatic deadlock in the Horn of Africa? While cameras focus on speeches in Davos, another story is unfolding in the corridors of neutrality. Is the world's most neutral country about to take its first step into Somaliland's recognition battle? You're watching Horn Lens, where geopolitics is not just reported, it's decoded. We track global power shifts with clarity, precision, and strategic depth, beyond the headlines, beyond the noise. In January 2026, as the world's elite gathered for the World Economic Forum in Davos, Somaliland's President Abdirahman Mohamed Abdullahi Irro quietly arrived in Switzerland, signaling a bold new phase in his nation's diplomatic campaign. This was no ordinary state visit. Instead, President Irro's presence in the Swiss Alps was a calculated move, operating in the shadows of global power, far from the spotlight of official recognition. For over 3 decades, Somaliland has functioned as a stable, democratic state, yet remains unrecognized by any UN member, cut off from international institutions and investment. President Irro's administration is determined to break this isolation, shifting from loud demands to quiet, persistent engagement. By timing his visit with Davos, he placed Somaliland in the orbit of leaders and investors whose support could change its future. In today's diplomacy, access and informal networks can be as powerful as formal recognition, especially for a nation systematically excluded from official forums. The Swiss Alps became a strategic battleground, where quiet conversations could reshape Somaliland's legitimacy. Switzerland's active neutrality has made it the world's premier venue for sensitive negotiations and back-channel diplomacy. Unlike EU states, Switzerland's independence allows it to host parties who can't engage elsewhere, making Geneva and Davos synonymous with candid, off-the-record dialogue. For Somaliland, this environment is invaluable. President Irro's goal wasn't to address a formal assembly, but to secure discreet meetings with business leaders and policymakers open to Somaliland's case. Swiss neutrality lets it facilitate discussions without endorsing any side, providing a protected space for unrecognized states to build support. Engaging with Somaliland doesn't signal recognition, but it opens doors for economic partnerships and responsible governance. For Somaliland, Switzerland is a gateway, not just another country to lobby. The objective: use Swiss neutrality to build a compelling case for statehood, making it harder for the world to ignore. The Davos visit was a masterclass in seeking influence and access, not immediate validation. Just weeks before Irro's Swiss visit, the Horn of Africa was rocked by a historic announcement. On December 26, 2025, Israel became the first UN member to recognize Somaliland's independence. Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu confirmed the move in a call with President Irro, inviting him to Israel and sparking jubilation in Hargeisa. For Israel, the partnership offered strategic advantages in the Red Sea corridor, countering Iranian influence and securing maritime routes. For Somaliland, Israel's recognition shattered decades of diplomatic deadlock, forcing the world to reconsider its status. The move instantly elevated Somaliland's profile, but also tied its fate to the turbulent politics of the Middle East. While it broke the wall of non-recognition, it also brought new geopolitical challenges and scrutiny. Somaliland's next steps, like its quiet diplomacy in Switzerland, would now be watched by a wary international community. The earthquake had happened. The aftershocks were just beginning. Israel's recognition of Somaliland triggered immediate backlash. Somalia condemned the move as a violation of its sovereignty, rallying the African Union and regional powers to its side. The AU, committed to colonial-era borders, rejected Somaliland's recognition, warning it could destabilize the continent. Turkey, Egypt, and Djibouti joined in, emphasizing support for Somalia's unity and denouncing foreign interference. The Palestinian Authority also opposed the move, linking it to broader Israeli policies. This wave of condemnation created a diplomatic firewall, isolating Somaliland and Israel on the issue. The backlash underscored why Somaliland's subtle Swiss-based diplomacy was not just strategic, but essential. Facing fierce opposition, Somaliland's leadership pivoted from seeking formal recognition to pursuing international normalization. President Irro's administration now focuses on de facto legitimacy, integrating Somaliland into the global system through economic, security, and diplomatic partnerships. The strategy, act like a state, trade like a state, and make independence an irreversible fact on the ground. The Davos visit exemplified this approach, engaging the global business community, not petitioning for recognition. By attracting investment and forging partnerships, Somaliland aims to build economic legitimacy as a precursor to political acceptance. This approach bypasses political vetoes, making Somaliland's existence harder to ignore. It's a long game, but one designed to make recognition a matter of when, not if. Somaliland's normalization strategy is built on economic foundations, not diplomatic declarations. The port of Berbera, developed with UAE's DP World, is transforming Somaliland into a regional logistics hub, serving Ethiopia and beyond. Each ship docking at Berbera reinforces Somaliland's de facto sovereignty and creates global economic interdependencies. The government is courting investment in energy and technology, positioning itself as a future exporter and tech hub. Security partnerships are equally vital. Somaliland's stability and effective coast guard make it a valuable regional partner. The 2025 deal with Ethiopia, trading port access for an Ethiopian naval base, showcased Somaliland's willingness to act independently. These economic and security deals deliver tangible benefits and serve as strategic tools for foreign policy. Each project and partnership builds a case for statehood based on performance, not grievance. Somaliland's incremental economic legitimacy is designed to make political recognition inevitable. For Switzerland, recognizing Somaliland outright is off the table. It would contradict its foreign policy and risk key relationships. But Swiss diplomacy isn't binary. Instead, Switzerland can open side doors for Somaliland, using its status as a global hub to facilitate practical integration. This could mean helping Somaliland meet international financial standards or supporting its governance reforms. Switzerland's active neutrality allows it to host talks, offer mediation, and let its private sector engage with Somaliland, all without formal recognition. Swiss-based companies and NGOs can operate in Hargeisa, and officials can meet informally in Geneva or Bern. This pragmatic engagement supports stability in the Horn of Africa while preserving Swiss neutrality. Switzerland is unlikely to be the next to recognize Somaliland, but it can provide the venue, expertise, and discreet access Somaliland needs. Quiet, incremental engagement may prove more decisive than bold declarations. Somaliland's journey from self-declared republic to a player on the fringes of Davos is a testament to its persistence. Fierce opposition to Israel's recognition has closed the direct route to the UN, forcing Somaliland to pursue de facto legitimacy. Switzerland's neutrality, once a barrier, now offers a potential bridge, engaging without triggering diplomatic crises. Switzerland provides a platform for dialogue, access to global finance, and a space to build Somaliland's credibility. The Swiss model is about quiet, incremental progress, not headlines. President Irro's visit to the Alps prioritized substance over ceremony, betting that economic integration and stability are the best arguments for statehood. The question remains: can Swiss neutrality be the bridge to full sovereignty? While Switzerland may not be the first to recognize Somaliland, its role as facilitator could be decisive. Quiet diplomacy in the Alps may echo louder than public proclamations.